it all comes down to this game. Lab from Montreal, Soup from Ottawa, both at perfect record so far. 7 victory, no losses. We're here at Terry Fox Stadium in Brampton, Ontario. We'll be webcasting the gold medal game in the mixed division Canadian Ultimate Championship 2019. En ces championnats, le match de championnat, 4 jours de compétition pour en arriver à ce point. 20 équipes espéraient jouer ce match. Seulement 2 ont réussi à y accéder. Lab de Montréal, portant les camisoles noires, et Soup d'Ottawa, portant les chandails blancs. Les 2 équipes ont des fiches parfaites, n'ont pas connu la défaite encore dans ce tournoi. Une des 2 subira sa première défaite cet après-midi, ici à Brampton, Ontario, alors que l'autre équipe retournera à la maison, non seulement avec une médaille d'or, mais avec une fiche parfaite. Et en plus, l'équipe qui remportera ce championnat sera titulaire de devenir équipe canadienne qui représentera le pays aux championnats du monde qui auront lieu au mois de juillet 2020 aux Pays-Bas, dans une ville, pardonnez ma prononciation, Leeuwarden. Au Leeuwarden. C'est aux Pays-Bas. Alors, les champions des différentes divisions pour l'édition 2019 du championnat canadien deviennent équipe titulaire de bâtir la délégation canadienne dans leur division respective là, pour aller représenter la feuille d'érable aux Pays-Bas. So the winning team of this game will become lead in building Team Canada Mixed, which will battle for a world title next year, July 2020, in Leeuwarden. It's in the Netherlands. So big ambitions. 20 teams were expecting to play this game. Only 2 made it. And according to Andrew Batchelor, he mentioned to me prior the beginning of this tournament that from his point of view, and he knows all these teams very well, he expected that 14 of those 20 teams had a legitimate bid of making the top 8. And after that, it's who wants it the most. So Lab in the dark jerseys, Soup in the white jerseys. We have 120 minutes to define who will win it. My name is Etienne Fournier. I will have the great privilege of co-hosting this game with Alicia Racine. Good afternoon, Alicia.
Good afternoon.
So what can we expect from those 2 teams right off the bat?
Well, you can see there's different game styles coming out of Quebec, but also Soup has definitely a tight-knit group that must have they've been playing together for a while, so we'll definitely see some great handler movement here today, and some really good defense and depth and experience coming in from the Quebec side. Lab Quebec City has a lot of diverse and a lot of great players and a lot of experience. So
it's Soup possession. Nice bid by Keelan Way, landing this 5 yards away from the end zone. From the first point, great disc movement. Kilniji with the disc. Going break side, feeding Lindquist. It's inside, and it's confirmed by the observers. Soup scoring on their first possession. It's a 1-0 game to start with. So great execution by the Soup O squad. Just holding the disc to secure their first point. So we're playing in mildly windy conditions. You see as the flag in the back end of the screen. So it kind of goes from the upper side of your screen down to the lower end of your screen. With a slight tendency to go more leftward than rightward. So tricky windy condition that these 2 teams will have to handle, and they certainly have the ability to handle those type of conditions. As Alicia mentioned, tons of experience on both rosters. many, if not all of those players knows what it is to play a championship final. Soup with the serve. Samuel Peva making it a roller. Offside call. Unfortunately, so first warning for Soup. If there's a second offside, they will get penalized. The other team will put the disc back into play halfway. So early warning for Soup from Ottawa. Peva copy pasting is pull. Monfette qui trouve Godard. Godard, c'est long, ça flotte. Arsenault, le destinataire défendu par Lewis et Arsenault qui gagne cette première bataille aérienne. Arsenault à 4 verges de la zone de point, met le disque dans l'espace. Trouve Yolan Cabot tout à fait à l'opposé. Et Lab qui convertit ce point de façon assez expéditive.
Assez facile aussi. Quel placement du disque. On a vu Arsenault loin là-bas. Puis le match-up aujourd'hui, peut-être Arsenault puis Lewis. Ça va être une belle match-up. C'était bel point par Lab. Puis on va voir ça plus souvent, je pense, de Lab aussi.
Absolument, il faut s'attendre à Lab là, qui a vraiment... habituellement, les équipes ont certains rôles bien définis. Là, des joueurs qui vont jouer plus en tant que passeurs, d'autres comme traceurs. Et une des grandes forces de Lab, c'est qu'il y a peut-être Julie Tremblay qui vraiment va agir plus en tant que passeur ou passeuse, mais l'ensemble de l'alignement de Lab est autant capable d'attaquer des tracés longs, attaquer des tracés courts et d'alimenter aussi des passes courtes et des passes longues, d'attaquer le côté bris. Donc vraiment, profondeur indéniable là, du côté de Lab. Et aussi du côté de Soup, là, comme Alicia le mentionnait si bien, la confrontation numéro 35, Lewis versus André Arsenault, numéro 13. Il faut s'attendre à ce que ces deux-là se frottent régulièrement au cours de ce match. Donc Lindquist takes it. It's going over, defended by Le Pagnol. It's floating. Oh, all tipped by Le Pagnol. Oh, what a great second effort by Lindquist, securing Soup's second point. And Le Pagnol can only congratulate him for being so focused on this disc. So great effort by Lindquist, making this game a 2-1 game, favoring Lab.
That starts off with the G. Kinley G's got a lot of experience under his belt too. It was a beautiful put in the end zone, and the body control that Lindquist had to get a bit of body contact from the defense, and then be able to retrieve himself and go out for the bid and grab that disc. It shows a lot of body control composure. It's a very hard thing to do. Specifically, sometimes you don't know where the disc is floating. So the fact that he was able to keep eye contact with the disc and just have a very nice bid in the end zone, get the point to bring them up to a 2-1 lead.
Not even 6 minutes have been played. Already 3 points on the scoreboard. Those two O-lines being extremely effective so far. Lab on the receiving end. Soup pulling. Hunting down to put some defense pressure. Godard alimente Landry. Landry, c'est la bombe. C'est Riopel qui en est à cible. Louis est là. Et Riopel qui attrape ce disque. C'est à l'intérieur. Et c'est confirmé. 1-2 punch by Lab, making this game a game tied to 2 early in this first half.
Very early in this first half, but we're also seeing a lot of deep strikes from both teams, taking advantage of their handlers who are able to put that disc in the end zone, both from Soup and Lab, and that was a great play. It would be nice to maybe see a break soon. I think it's very offensive and it's back and forth. Maybe put a little bit more on the defensive side, give a bit more pressure to the other team to see how they would adjust to that. And that may be a shift in the game as well, as we've seen in the bronze medal match against the two teams. And
so 4 points have been scored so far with, let's say, less than a dozen passes, I believe?
Yeah.
So, wow, amazing display of long play by both of these teams, but the statement is made, hey, guys, we can play long. We need to deny that somehow, some way. What is it with a poach? Is it with a zone defense? Whatever it is, looking forward to see how these two teams will adapt. Tremblay-Jonca, avec le lancer d'engagement, ça flotte. Encore une fois, un beau lancer d'engagement là, de Tremblay-Jonca qui atterrit son disque là, vraiment dans le coin inférieur du terrain, à quelques verges de la ligne de point. Kilney feeding Keelan Way. Oh, Tremblay-Jonca just taking the space, forcing Way with the disc out of bounds. So first turnover in this game. Tivierge will put the disc into play with about 25 yards away from what can potentially be a first break point for Lab. Tremblay en soutien. Tivierge change d'hésitation, alimente Tremblay. Maintenant, c'est Tremblay-Jonca avec le 10 à 44. C'est lui qui vient de faire la défensive. Tremblay-Jonca alimente Cadotte. La 26. Beau tracé le long de la ligne. Tremblay-Jonca attrape le 10 sur la ligne. Remet en soutien à Tremblay. Et là, il y aurait eu un appel de marché. Je pense Kilney qui reproche à Tremblay-Jonca d'avoir bougé son pied de pivot. Ou peut-être son pied de pivot n'était pas sur la ligne. Tremblay-Jonca qui alimente Tremblay avec une petite passe le long de la ligne. Et c'est le premier point bris pour Lab qui prend une courte avance de 1 point en ce début de première mi-temps.
Ça commence vraiment avec l'engagement de Jonca. Son pull est rendu vers la ligne du end zone pour Soup. Quand même difficile à retourner le disque vers l'end zone pour Soup. Quand même, bel placement du disque par Jonca. Puis après, belle défense de l'autre bord. Belle défense, plongeon D, on dirait. Fait que c'est une belle prix pour eux autres. On verra si Soup peut donner une belle offense, une belle position offense.
So Alicia, you very well mentioned it. I mean, how valuable it is to start your D point with a great pull. So we saw Tremblay-Jonca just putting it at about 2 yards away from Soup's goal line in the corner. It was blady enough to, you don't want to try to catch it and drop it. So really giving your team maybe two extra seconds to establish your defense. And it all started after that. Tremblay-Jonca just putting pressure on Keelan Way with a floaty disc along the sideline, turnover, and then you take some time, 4 or 5 passes, and then you have a break point. So always under-evaluated value of a great pull. Speaking of great pull, this one is unfortunately out of bounds. Landing out of bounds. So we'll be taken up to the brick mark. So kind of a 25 yards penalty for when you put your disc too far away. I wish I can do that, pull too far away. Something I don't have the skills to do. That's why I'm here in the booth and not on the field. In the meantime, belle avance with the disc. Going break side, feeding 16. Davis. Now it's G. Push pass. Is he inward? No, he's out of bounds. Maybe he aligned himself on the wrong line of the sideline, but it's a turnover. Quinlan will put the disc back into play. Feeding Tremblay-Jonca. Some bumping on the mark. Tremblay-Jonca waiting for a teammate to get open. Prezzo was going there. There was some contact. No call. Lindquist was standing by. Disc is floating. O'Donnell is the target. He catches it. And it's confirmed by the observer. We have a game tied to 3. O'Donnell scoring Soup's 3rd point of this game.
A few unfortunate turnovers there. I think awareness from Soup from being out of bounds. That was an unfortunate turn. And then the swing pass by Lab. Just a bit too far to get there. What's nice about Frisbee is when there's turnovers, if you can take advantage of those turnovers, if you're a team getting it on offense and capitalize, then it becomes a different game.
I was told once that the difference between two good games. Who will win is the one that can punish the other team's mistakes. And even though it's not a forced error you're creating, you got to make sure you take advantage of whatever the other team is giving you and score those break points. So far, Lab was able to do it with great defensive pressure on Soup's O-line. But still, we have a tie game, 2-3. Both teams exchanging punches so far. Only 9. We still have 92 minutes into this 120-minute game with a soft cap on at 105 minutes. Ce sera Godin qui remettra le disque en jeu. Le lancer d'engagement est atterri à l'extérieur. Défensive de zone par Soup. Monfette. Godin, Monfette. On s'échange les politesses. Landry qui s'en mêle. Monfette alimente Landry le long de la ligne. Landry. Feinte et lancé sous coupe. Vraiment soutien à Monfette. Monfette Cabot est là. Godin. Lab cherche l'ouverture. Godin qui attaque. Monfette feinte. Monfette suit son disque. Après avoir passé à Cabot. Cabot. Monfette, le lancer marteau. Arsenault qui est fin seul, n'a qu'à cueillir cette passe. Très belle passe de Monfette. Vraiment soutien à Godin pendant qu'Arsenault tente de se démarquer. Il n'y a pas d'ouverture. On est patient. Cabot. Cabot à Arsenault, deux joueurs originaires de la Gaspésie. Arsenault qui alimente Cabot qui a attaqué le tracé de la ligne et qui inscrit. On attend la confirmation des observateurs et voilà, c'est confirmé. Lab qui inscrit un 4e point. Très, très belle patience de la part de la ligne offensive de Lab qui a été confronté à une défensive de zone là, de Soupe là, qui tente des choses de façon évidente. Là.
Yeah, zone is always hard to break, and zone is normally put on when there's a lot of wind, which today we do have enough wind. I think Lab was very, very patient with their handler movements. They had a few guys crashing, or a few people crashing in to that zone cup, and then they had a few players just stretching in the end zone, which brought in a lot of space. Arsenault was open on that far side with the hammer across, and then they were able to contribute a point in the end zone.
When you play a zone like that, what you want to do is to trap the disc alongside the sideline, which Soup have very well executed. So it only allows the cross-field hammer. And the thing is with Gabriel Monfette, he loves that throw. And he does it very, very well. I've been seeing Monfette playing for many years now, and he just loves that throw. So he just very calmly put the disc in the air. Arsenault was just waiting, and very well executed hammer by number 21, Gab Monfette. Lab with the rolling pull going out of bound, but still will be put into play at the 7-yard away from the goal line. Looks like a person-to-person defense. It rolled out, so it will be taken off the line. Caro Cadot on the mark. Attacking the line, Keelan Way, defended by Prezzo. A little bump on the mark. Resetting to Kinley G. G. There was a pick call. Julie Tremblay was victim of that pick call. Berkeley Davis holding the disc. So Davis will keep the disc, even though Julie Tremblay was victim of a cut, but she says, no, you were ahead of me, so you keep the disc, but I'm coming at you right now. Disc is in play. Davis looking for an option. Tons of pressure by Lab. Vierge. Very tightly defended G, but G can keep a hang on that. Keelan Way just, wow, tiptoeing the sideline, making sure this disc is secured. 77, Chan Lim. Defended by Cadot. Cadot, probably one of the strongest ultimate IQ in the country. Has been coaching a man team for many years now in the Montreal area in another league. So Chan Lim Might have been some contact, incidental contact on the mark. Some discussion with the observers. 20 yards away from making this one more time a tie game. Lab have secured one break point so far. Keelan Way. Davis, Chan Lim right now. Great disc movement by white jerseys. Lindquist getting himself open. Centering the disc. Feeding G. Keelan Way attacking the end zone. Lindquist trying to get himself free. Lots of great pressure by Lab. Keelan Way now. Sue taking their time. Wow, what a great mark by Prezzo. And Davis secures it, makes it a 4-4 game. We are tied for this gold medal game here in Brampton, Ontario Canadian Ultimate Championship 2019. Lab against Soup, Quebec again, Ontario. Very similar clash from a provincial standpoint versus what we just seen in the bronze medal game.
That's right. Like we've talked about, I think both teams have a lot of experience, but the Quebec side too. Sometimes there's different systems, especially in the mixed, also women's and open. We see a lot of different strategy, and with Cadot, there's a lot of experience, like you've talked about, Etienne, and the way that they have been playing already on the defensive end and their offense is really through that experience.
Alors, c'est toujours 4-4 dans ce match où on bataille pour la médaille d'or. On est en bataille aussi pour une fiche parfaite dans ces championnats canadiens Ultimate Division Mix. On bataille aussi pour l'opportunité de bâtir l'équipe canadienne Division Mix qui représentera le pays aux Pays-Bas l'année prochaine, au mois de juillet. Lewis, oh, what a great bid by number 35. Lewis just denying this pass from Turcotte. Riopel was the target. A little too short, and Lewis was standing by. What a great tournament that he has so far. Expect Lewis to have a great impact in this output of this game. Number 11, Bellavance, looking to go around. There was a pick call. I believe it's Riopel who was defending Lewis. No hard feeling.
No hard feelings after that unreal bid D from Lewis.
Lewis, probably the tallest guy on the field right now, maybe with Arsenault and Prezzo on Lab's rosters. So, Bellavance. Great handler going around. Disc is floating. Riopel redeems himself, denying this pass. What a great anticipation by Riopel. Julie Landry maintenant avec le disque. On discute. Je crois qu'il y aurait eu peut-être un contact sur la marque. Quoi qu'on reprendra à 4. Landry cherche une option. Julie Blais était ouverte, mais on remet à Monfette en soutien du côté bris. Monfette, feinte, belle feinte, fait mordre, belle avance. Finalement, rejoint Godard le long de la ligne. Rapidement, on ressente le disque. Monfette, défendu par Belle Avance. Va attaquer le côté bris, mais très, très bien défendu par Belle Avance, ça, qui vraiment lui ferme l'ouverture. Belle marque de Belle Avance. Monfette. Remet à Landry. Riopel qui se démarre côté bris. Rapidement, remet à Godard. Godard, on gagne des verges. Riopel maintenant. Riopel patiemment. Cherche une opportunité, une ouverture. Alimente Landry du côté bris. Oh, quel plongeon! De quoi c'est Peva? Wow! Le numéro 3, Sam Peva, just denying this reset. And Bellavance, one of Soup's captain, will call a timeout. Wow! Lewis doing some amazing D action. And Peva also just very well read, but really going horizontal to shut down this, what looked like a very, very straightforward reset that the Lab has done many, many times. So Peva say, hey, I understand your pattern. Here I am. I'm going to shut this down, and here I am giving the disc back to my team.
The two of them, Lewis and Peva, in a great position to get that bid D. They've got some stuff cooking up in here in Soup. They are working hard. They're not letting anything easy because they know that Lab has a tendency to take control of games. They may have not played them necessarily, but they're familiar with the roster. And like we've said, there's a lot of experience, and they know Lab knows what they're doing. So Soup is bringing that energy on the defensive end, and they have to in order to keep this game close.
And yes, we have just said that something is cooking with Soup. There you go. It needed to be said. Thank you, Alicia.
You're welcome.
I was looking for that opportunity, and you did it very well. So Soup with a break opportunity. I think it's their second or third. Not many opportunities when you're playing again a team so experienced as Lab. You got to take advantage of those opportunities because you don't know when if you miss it, you don't know when the next one will be coming. And so far, Lewis and Pava just going horizontal to give their D-line a break opportunity. Lewis is going long, defended by Riopel. There's a height mismatch here. Lewis all by himself, securing the disc, and it is confirmed. Break point by Soup, taking an early lead 5-4 in this gold medal game here at Canadian Ultimate Championship Mixed Division. Oh, that's a break point. That's not a non-first error, really. Soup has fought it very, very hard to get that break point, and what a great output for the white jerseys, taking a 1-point lead.
And the celebration after that play by Lewis, he's just drinking his soup. He knows they're working real hard, and they're cooking, like we said. They're really working hard, and that was a good point for him in a great position. Riopel was really close and putting a lot of pressure on him to, gain that position and gain the space and earn that space.
So it's lunchtime in Eastern Canada, so if you have some soup handy, well, please enjoy yourself. If you're more Western, maybe you're still at the coffee time or breakfast time or brunch. Wherever you are, thanks for being with us. We're having a ton of fun here in Brampton. Me, Alicia, Rob in the booth also, the head scorekeeper of an Ultimate Championship. There's about 80 volunteers who invested some times, either a few hours, a few days, or even a full 4-day to make that event a successful one. So thanks to all of you out there who have helped the Ultimate community. This is in addition of all the Ultimate Canada staff. Oh, that was a great, legitimate bid, I believe, from Trevor Henry. There was some bumping against Julie Blais. There's a foul call. Julie Blais, she seems to, will she stay on the field? So no hard feeling. Trevor, I believe, had a legitimate bid in there. Bless on just last second, but still, Henry displaying some great spirit.
Yeah, very good recognition there. Good, really good spirit. We always worry in terms of those dangerous plays, but it was a well-warranted bid. So everyone's okay, and that's really good to see.
Monfette finding Cabot, tiptoeing to stay inside the field. Cabot passe à son coéquipier gaspésien. Arsenault à Godard. Là, c'était très serré. On trouve Turcotte rapidement. Turcotte, pivote. Originaire du Saguenay-Lac-Saint-Jean. Maintenant, Monfette. Monfette à Cabot. Cabot à Monfette. Bouge le 10 de façon latérale à 15 verges de la zone payante. Cabot qui enchaîne rapidement. Trouve Arsenault. Arsenault qui jongle avec le disque. Il avait pourtant plein contrôle ce disque. Il s'en voudra là-dessus. Oh là là, même la foule là, peine à comprendre ce qui a pu arriver à Arsenault. Alors Arsenault là, qui s'en veut, cherchera sûrement à se reprendre. Et il a tout un contrat parce qu'il devra défendre le numéro 11, Joël Bellavance, sur la prochaine action. Another break opportunity by Soup with Chan Lim with the disc, looking for an option, going break side. Disc is floating, and it's being brought down by Godard. Oh, nice battle. There was a ton of pressure by Henry also. Or is it Bellavance? Belle avance was there. In the meantime, Landry cherche une option, tente. La soucoupe, c'est plutôt un lancer revers dans l'espace. Cabot est là. Remet rapidement à Godard. Voilà Godard qui confirme le 5e point de l'Arbre ici. L'égalité, c'est 5-5 dans ce match pour la médaille d'or du championnat canadien d'Ultimate Division Mix. Wow, what a ton of action in that last point. Eh? Really, Arsenault just very uncharacteristic of Arsenault. Just he had the disc in the basket and somehow, for some reason we can't explain, just dropped it.
Definitely uncharacteristic from him. He's definitely, upset about that one, but they were able to get the disc back just by another uncharacteristic play and turnover by Soup. I think the wind caught that disc a little bit too high, and then Lab was able to get up and retrieve the disc and complete a score.
We have a tie game at 5. Both teams have been able to score 1 break point so far. Over 76 minutes remaining in this gold medal matchup featuring Soup from Ottawa in the white jerseys against Lab from Montreal wearing the dark tank top. So you can see by the flag in the back end, the wind is kind of going diagonal from the right hand side down to the left hand side. So I would estimate the gust of wind at probably 20-25 kilometers an hour. So yes, it can have an influence on the disc path. So thanks again for all the volunteering who made that event a successful one. Also our partners, Cliff Bar, the official nutrition partner of Ultimate Canada and Canadian Ultimate Championship, and also Discgraph, the official disc provider of Ultimate Canada. Chan Lim, stuck on the sideline, resetting to G. Great mark by Julie Tremblay. G being defended by Quinlan right now, Kevin Quinlan. Initially from the United States, and it's a long pass. Lindquist is the target, defended by Le Pagnol. Lindquist was tiptoeing along the sideline, hoping to keep his foot inside while he catches the disc, but Le Pagnol just ran outside and just tipped that disc out of reach. So that's another interesting matchup. Le Pagnol, number 00, against number 20, Jeff Lindquist. Quinlan putting the disc back into play. Break opportunity for Montreal. Julie Tremblay on the swing side. Going backhand. No surprises. Simon Charrette. Le disque est dans les airs. C'est Beaulac qui chasse le disque. Mais Lindquist était là. Beaulac sécurise le disque. Oh, après qu'elle a jonglé. Belle défensive de Lindquist. Ça, c'était très propre. Mais Beaulac, belle concentration. Le Pagnol qui appelle un temps d'arrêt à une dizaine de verges de la zone de points et d'un point bris potentiel. Oh là, Julie Beaulac qui vient sauver les meubles. Lindquist qui avait très très bien anticipé la manœuvre a été vraiment, n'a pas pris de chance, voulait éviter le contact. Il a vraiment typé le disque au-dessus de la tête de Beaulac, mais Beaulac a su en garder le contrôle là, malgré la pression de Lindquist et de son joueur adverse qui la couvrait. Là. Alors bravo à Julie Beaulac.
Oui, bravo à Julie Beaulac. Unfortunately, Lindquist just couldn't get in the right position to make a good defensive play. You could tell he was trying to avoid that body contact like you discussed, Etienne. And I think it's a little bit of an unfortunate play for Soup, so close to the Lab end zone.
So great display of spirit still, like Lindquist really wanted to ensure that there was no body contact and made a clean defense, which I did, but let's give some credit to Beaulac. Keeping a great focus on the piece of plastic that makes all of those players so passionate about it. I don't know. Nonetheless, it provides a great show here in Brampton, Ontario. Gold medal game, mixed division, Montreal against Ottawa. Le Pagnol me remettra le disque en jeu. Originaire de France. Il joue aussi avec sa conjointe Anne-Sophie Langlais. Les deux sont Les parents, le disque flotte. On va lancer dans les airs. Deuxième bataille. Quinlan qui vient sauver avec un lancer sous coupe dans l'espace. Tremblay, Jonca qui attrape cette part. Oh là 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 là! Wow! Un deuxième effort de Quinlan pour sauver les meubles. Et sans hésitation, il remet Tremblay, Jonca dans le côté opposé de la ligne de points. Avec un scuba sans aucune hésitation. C'était extrêmement audacieux, mais c'est pas la façon qui est importante, c'est le résultat. Et Lab qui inscrit un 6e point. Et c'est leur 2e point bris de cette première mi-temps. Oh là là! Alicia, help me here. What happened?
Well, I mean, that's the second air ball play that we've seen already close to that end zone. And Kinley there had his hands on it and tipped it in the air, and another jump ball was had. But Lab was able to just get a super good positioning on there and then look right in the end zone and throw that easy scooper. It looked almost like there was no effort put into that. Just an unreal play to really just keep the disc moving, and then they were able to score and capitalize and take the lead in this game.
And speaking of scoobers, going a few years back, like a scoober was like a very uncharacteristic throw that you don't throw a scuba a few years ago because it was like, oh, okay, don't be too creative, okay, it's a serious game. But now with all the players developing their skills in throwing scubas, and you see Quinlan never hesitated. He just caught the disc, saw Tremblay-Jonca, just whacks it scuba side to give his team a break point. They're ahead by 1, getting towards the end of this first half. 70 minutes still remaining. Belle avance. To Lindquist, to G. Lindquist on the swing side. Lindquist fires it long. It's floating, and it's belle avance. Great handler strike by number 11. 5 yards from the end zone. Resetting, going break side. Finding number 25, Kirsten Dearden. And guess what? We have, once again, a tie game, this time at 6.
That's a hold pursuit goal for number 25, Kirsten Dearden, assisted by number 11.
So how much do you love a handler strike and how hard it is to defend? Like you usually, when you're defending a handler, you try to push it more on the reset side, but when he busts long, then you can be punished for that. And that's what Bellavance has done very well, getting himself free to Lindquist, who very well fed him with a great long pass, leading to the 6th point of Soup.
Yeah, that was a super nice possession. I think they took advantage of what Lab was giving them. Soup did a really good job of taking advantage. And then when they were getting close to that end zone line, also giving a lot of patience and not trying to jam it in up on that sideline, but really look for the backhand around pass, and it completed in the result of a goal.
On est à égalité ici à Brampton, Ontario. On joue pour une médaille d'or. On joue aussi pour une fiche parfaite dans ce championnat canadien. On joue aussi pour qui deviendra potentiellement l'équipe canadienne qui représentera le pays au championnat du monde en 2020, au mois de juillet, qui auront lieu aux Pays-Bas. Et là, c'est un lancer d'engagement là, qui est sorti très, très tôt. Là. On reprendra au point de brique renversé. Godard attaque le côté bris, il trouve Cabot. Contourner sa marque Cabot, qui trouve... Oh, là, c'était Julie Blais. Qui a dû s'étendre de tout son long pour attraper sa disque. Et il y avait beaucoup de force dans ce lancer de Cabot là, qui a mis toute la gomme, mais malheureusement, Blais ne peut maîtriser cette passe. Et c'est un revirement. Now Ramich with the disc. Resetting. Number 7, Lucy Chow. It's all about the women's right now. Now it's Lewis. We have 4 women's on the play for both teams right now. Keelan Way looking to find Lewis. Now it's Ramich who is standing by as a reset. Ramich. Way on the reset break side. Keelan Way. defended by Monfett. These two know one another very well. Ramic catching that disc. She was not the target, I believe, but still, nonetheless, now feeding Peva. There is a call on the play. Very short celebration by Peva. There is some discussion, I believe a few passes before, like Killian Way versus Monfett. So the two observers are discussing, is that a stall down or is it offense foul? So both players, and Monfett and Killian Way, know that one another very well. They competed, they faced off, I don't know how many times in the last 10 years or so. But still, there's no foul. So Ramic will get back with the possession where she was at. Will she be able to replicate that pass to Peva? No, she's still going break side, feeding number 13, and it's being caught. Is it? It is inside and confirmed. What a great layout bid by Aaron Daly. Wow, taking one for the team. Hardly landing what, from our perspective, seems out of bounds. But there was two observers paying very, very attentive to where Daly's foot was when she caught the disc and confirming it was inside the field. So break point by Sioux, taking an early 7-6 lead.
And there we see Daly. You know, she was definitely a force to be reckoned with yesterday as well, but put herself in a good position to really tiptoe the line as well as get the disc in her hands and land in bounds. So that was a really, maybe a bit too far by Ramic, but Daly was able to really collect the disc and score. So hopefully maybe we'll see some strategy coming out of Lab. They're still in this game, and I think who they have on the line there will be able to get some nice flow going and have a nice offensive point here.
Alors pour se rendre à cette grande finale, le Lab a pas mal survolé les matchs de son pool pour ensuite rencontrer Iceberg, une autre équipe du Québec en quart de finale, où Lab, ça a été le match le plus serré qu'a connu Lab cette fin de semaine, gagnant 14-10. Ensuite, ils ont rencontré Battleship en demi-finale, où ils ont gagné 15-7 contre une autre équipe québécoise. On voit Landry là, qui se démarque bien du côté bris. Monfett maintenant en soutien. Trouve Arsenault. Arsenault alimente Cadotte. Goddard là, qui doit glisser pour rattraper cette passe. C'est dans l'espace, c'est Arsenault. Et là, quand même une belle manœuvre en défensive. Je crois que c'est belle avance qui a mis une tonne de pression sur Arsenault, le forçant à vraiment sauter trop tôt. Et that's what we're trying to coach for young players. Just bid earlier than later. Put some pressure on the receiver.
I think they both anticipated it not floating too much. They both jumped early at the same time.
Belle avance to Lewis. Lewis, it's long, but it's out of bounds. It went out of bounds quite early in this disc path. Alors, comme on vous mentionnait, Lab là, qui a défait Iceberg en quart de finale pour ensuite rencontrer Battleship en demi-finale pour finalement accéder à ce match de la médaille d'or. On Soup's end, they also had a 4-0 win in their pool play. They met Union, which they have won, I believe, Universal, only 1 point shy of Union. And what, from what our understanding was some incidental shoulder landing into Arsenault's jaws. Arsenault là, qui se relève, là, qui discute là.
Je pense pas Arsenault était trop près pour la passe. Quand même, une belle avance aussi, était pas prêt à rentrer dans le corps à Arsenault, mais il y a une belle discussion, puis les observers vont faire peut-être un petit appel.
de notre point de vue, là, je ne suis pas certain que Arsenault pouvait voir Bellavance. Bellavance pouvait voir Arsenault, mais l'inverse n'est pas là. Alors de là, le choc là, qu'a dû encaisser Arsenault là-dessus. On discute encore. Deux joueurs avec des solides gabarits. Et là, on fera appel aux observateurs en attendant de trancher. Alors, comme on disait, Soup là, qui a gagné son quart de finale contre Union dans un match très, très serré qui s'est terminé par un seul point, dans lequel, semble-t-il, on a eu des défis avec l'esprit sportif du sport. Et par la suite, ils ont rencontré Force en demi-finale. Ils ont remporté 15-7 pour accéder à ce match à la médaille d'or. Ce sera, semble-t-il, un revirement favoring Soup. So, belle avance. Making a D against Arsenault. Pavon putting it long. The target is number 24, but it's unfortunately caught just out of bounds. What a great effort still by number 24, Jerry Wang.
We're seeing some great efforts in the end zone by the ladies of Soup, really throwing their bodies on the field to get those discs, and the tiptoe on the line. Really good effort there. Unfortunately, it was a turn, just a bit out of bounds.
Number 13, Erin Daly, laying it out to catch the disc. Another great bid by number 24, Yu Wang. And that also Bolak earlier in this game. A great bid by Pava. Bolak also displaying great focus on the play while she was defended by Lindquist. Arsenault qui met le 10 dans les airs. Riopel, Lewis, ils sont là, ils bataillent. Larry! Oh! Pell, le numéro 86 qui... Oh, attention, il y a un appel. Il y a un appel. A call on the play. Lewis claims that he was foul. The crowd seems to disagree with Lewis' call. But hey, they don't have best perspective. They're not the one ruling. That's why we have observers. If the crowd were acting as observers, I mean, that would be total chaos for sure.
Definitely the crowd's favor might go to one team or the other. We now just got confirmation of the point.
Still, what a great vertical by Riopel. He's significantly shorter than Lewis, who's probably the tallest guy on the field right now. Et malgré tout, le Riopel, qui avait bonne position et qui a sauté très, très, très tôt pour redescendre avec ce disque. Lewis qui lui a reproché d'avoir effectué un contact, mais les observateurs veillaient. Ils ont tranché et c'est un 7e point pour Lab. Encore une fois, on a un match à égalité. Qui gagnera cette première mi-temps? On saura dans les prochaines minutes avec un peu moins de 60 minutes à cette première mi-temps, ce match de la médaille d'or. Et là, c'est timeout called by Soup late in this first half. So Lab and Soup exchanging punches for punches. Alors, pour ceux qui s'intéressent, je me suis amusé à compter. Je connais un peu mieux les joueurs de Lab, là, alors je me suis amusé à compter combien d'enfants totalisaient tous les joueurs et les joueuses de l'équipe. Alors, j'arrive à un grand total de 14. Alors, on a une ligne offensive et une ligne défensive qui est en train de grandir, là. Et puis, les enfants, c'est entre 0 et 6 ans à peu près, là. Donc, on va attendre quelques années encore avant de les voir potentiellement dans les championnats juniors. Alors, bref, Lab là, qui est en train de construire d'autres joueurs d'Ultimate advenant. En tout cas, je suis certain que ces enfants auront l'opportunité d'essayer le sport. Jusqu'à quel point ils vont jouer au niveau compétitif. Ça l'avenir nous le dira, mais quand même, 14 enfants sur un alignement d'à peu près 23-24 joueurs.
14 petits labs.
14 petits labs, en effet. Alors, c'était un temps d'arrêt demandé par Soup, qui sera en réception de service. Lab, avec Tremblay-Jonca, avec Arsenault, Quinlan. Il y a aussi Beaulac. Saint-Cyr, Cadotte qui est sur le terrain. On joue à 3 femmes, 4 hommes. Il y a aussi Simon Charrette, numéro 64. Tremblay-Jonca, excellent. Lancé d'engagement, ça flotte. Mais malheureusement, ça atterrira à l'extérieur. Alors, on reprendra au point de brique pour Soup. Merci à Mathieu Giard-Montpetit pour sa remarque là, au niveau du pointage spirit des équipes qui ont fait les demi-finales. On va y revenir un petit peu plus tard dans le reportage. Merci Mathieu pour tes précieux commentaires. Soup, Kinley G with the disc. Looking for a reset. Finds Keelan Way, which is defended by André Arsenault. Nice reading. Quinlan going hammer. Great battle. Arsenault lands the disc. Keelan Way. No call on the play. André Arsenault takes this game for Lab with a lead of 8-7. What a great break point by number 13.
That was very good pressure defense by Lab. They were really person to person, not allowing that handler to the reset. That Kinley G was stuck and maybe looks toward looking downfield in those situations. Going back with your bail can be a bit challenging as it gets closer to the end zone of the opposing team, which resulted in a score. And Arsenault has just been really, really working hard, and you could see there good pressure defense from him, and he was able to get in the end zone and get that jump ball again that we've been seeing all game.
Ending this first half with a double happiness from number 13 on the Lab roster, André Arsenault making the D and scoring the point. On va prendre une courte pause. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back in a few minutes. Stay tuned.
You and your family are diverse and unique. Our experienced optometrists and staff at Kodak Lens Vision Center focus on providing a personalized and unique experience to exceed all of your visual needs.
On est de retour pour cette deuxième mi-temps. Championnat canadien d'Ultimate. Division mix. On joue pour la médaille d'or, ici à Brampton, Ontario. Monfette rapidement remet à Godard en soutien. On trouve Landry. Oh, attention, il y a la pression de Davy, là, mais Landry qui maîtrise le disque. Et là, le disque est dans les airs. C'est Cabot et Lewis qui batailleront pour le disque. Il y a plein de chandails. Le disque est à tout le monde. C'est Beaulac, ou plutôt Cadovius, là, qui a été la dernière à toucher ce disque, mais c'est un revirement en faveur de Soup. That Soup will have a kick-off the second half with a breakpoint opportunity. Belle avance. Looking upward. Looking for a reset. Clock is ticking. Lewis going for the dump. Belle avance. Bombs it. So number 16, Davis, defended by Turcotte, but Davis keeps a hold of it. Taking advantage of her for being higher than Turcotte. Belle avance quickly, moving to this. Lewis now. It's a 4-women point. Belle avance going break. Blade, oh, just putting enough pressure to number 24. She cannot control that. Nice break point by Bellavance. So Jerry Wang. Break opportunity lost by Soup. Monfette feeding Cadovius. Midfield. Cadovius looking for an option. Putting the disc in the air. Monfette got to reach out this disc very, very high. Tons of pressure by Bellavance. Godard maintenant. Godard. C'est parti, ça flotte. Cabot est le destinataire. Mais non! C'est Daly qui s'impose. Ici, il y avait Lewis aussi qui traînait dans les parages. Nice anticipation by Daly, poaching her player in order to put the disc into her team's hand. Lewis calling a timeout early in this second half. There's not so many break point opportunity, and Soup calls a timeout in order to hopefully secure that break point to make it a tie game at 8 early in the second half.
I think this is a good timeout for Soup. You saw Bellavance with the beautiful extension look in the end zone, and it was just fumbled out. And then they had a nice defensive play by Daly, just poaching off her player and able to get up and defend the disc. Lab has put themselves in a position where they're really pushing Soup to play hard person-to-person defense and stay close. They have some really good looks that they're doing, and maybe this timeout will create a bit of a strategy for Lab on the defensive end.
Je profite de l'occasion pour partager le commentaire de Mathieu Giard Montpetit qui m'écrit sur Facebook et qui me partage que les 4 équipes qui ont accédé qu'on a présenté aujourd'hui, le match de médaille de bronze et pour la médaille d'or actuellement, 3 de ces 4 équipes-là se retrouvent là, dans le bas du pointage de Spirit là, pour ce tournoi. Donc, c'est toujours... on peut trouver malheureux que quand même on ne peut pas concilier la performance avec un bon Spirit. Donc, le disque est dans les airs. Et là, c'est Bellavance qui garde le focus, qui trouve Daly. Et c'est confirmé par les observers. So, Soup kicking off this second half with a break point.
And Bellavance really was owning his space there, had his arms out, trying to really focus on the disc. It fumbled a bit, but he was able to retrieve it and find Daly in the end zone. You can see a bit of frustration running out of Lab right now, a little bit frustrated with that break point. Nonetheless, they are still in this game, so a good offensive positioning for Lab could come here.
What a great timing to score. I mean, there's no bad timing, obviously, to score a break point, but if Lab had scored on their or kept the hold of this possession, they would have taken a 2-point lead early in the second half. But hey, great way to deny it by Soup. Just say, and that's why Lewis called a timeout over there. Just he really was aware of this, the importance of scoring that break point, which Soup has indeed Very well done. So we have a tie game. Who's going to win this gold medal? We'll know in a little over than 45 minutes. Those two teams have displayed a ton of skills, a ton of athleticism, a ton of great fun, entertaining ultimate here in Brampton, Ontario. Canadian Ultimate Championship. Last game of this 4-day event. Arsenault. Feinte, long, défendu par Keelan Way. Riopel attaque la ligne. Arsenault cherche une option. Trouve Godard. Il commence à se faire tard. Il y a un appel, là. Il y a un appel. Là. Le jeu continue, là, mais les observateurs ont déjà les bras dans les airs. Là. Le 10 retournera à Arsenault, qui, je crois, c'est Keelan Way, qui semble invoquer que la passe a été faite alors que le compte de 10 était terminé. Un stall down en bon français. Some arguing. Reaching out to the observers. Observers confirming the disc is down. And it will be Soup's possession.
That's a tough break for Lab. I think their flow looked really nice just up until this point. The flow downfield looked nice too. So hopefully maybe they can get some tough defense and prevent the advantage from coming through with Soup.
Arsenault had no option on that. He really Godard just almost tricked while trying to get open. And there's some contact in the stack. I think it's Landry and Keelan Way who ran into one another. No damage. Still stoppage of play. I think it's Chan Lim who now has the disc in her hand. Just waiting to confirm everybody's okay, everybody's set. The disc will be back into play in 3, 2, 1. Here it is. Chan Lim with the disc. Looking for an open cut. Number 16, Davis. Feeding. Oh, great bid by Godard, but too short. And it's Henry who scored. Trevor Henry taking a great pass, scoring a second break point to kick off the second half. Soup is leading by 1, 9-8.
Soup is taking a bit of an advantage here. The last 2 points, they've been able to convert. Lab is just collecting themselves here. I think that they played overall some good defense, but they need a little bit of strategy coming into this second half. We're looking at a bit of a run coming from Soup, so to be able to maybe shut down the momentum.
Alors Lab qui appelle un temps d'arrêt, là, ils viennent de se faire secouer là, par Soup là, qui a commencé cette deuxième mi-temps de brillante façon, inscrivant 2 points bris consécutifs. Lab qui était en contrôle, là, qui menait 8-7 et en plus qui a commencé la deuxième mi-temps en réception de service, aurait pu se donner une avance de 2 points. Et là, c'est l'inverse, c'est tir de l'arrière par 1. Alors, un temps d'arrêt demandé par Lab, là, la question de se ressaisir, briser un peu le momentum là, pour Soup, là, qui vraiment... Et Soup là, qui inscrit 2 points bris sur 2 erreurs non provoquées de Lab. Alors, on en parlait un peu plus tôt dans ce reportage avec Alicia. Là, ce qui fait la différence entre 2 équipes qui sont au même niveau, ben c'est oui, évidemment les qualités athlétiques, mais c'est l'habilité à punir l'équipe adverse pour les erreurs là, qu'il cause. Et là, vraiment, c'est Soup là, qui en a fait une très belle démonstration. Au niveau des bris, là, lorsqu'on est sorti à la fin de la première mi-temps, Lab avait inscrit 3 points bris, alors que Soup en avait seulement que 2 à sa fiche. Et là, Soup là, qui vient en inscrire 2 consécutifs, alors c'est 4 bris contre 3. Et la pression est maintenant sur Lab, qui sera en réception de service du côté droit, avec 42 minutes à jouer. C'est 9-8. Après, c'est un match à 15 ou d'une durée de 120 minutes, alors que le soft cap sera annoncé à la 105e minute. On est à Brampton, en Ontario. L'équipe qui remportera ce match prendra sera titulaire là, de représenter le Canada au championnat du monde 2020 en juillet prochain aux Pays-Bas. Alors, peu importe quelle équipe remporte, là, voir la qualité de jeu qu'on voit aujourd'hui, on est certain que le Canada sera très très bien représenté dans ce championnat du monde. Godard là, qui tente une passe à Riopel, là, mais Riopel, c'était vraiment derrière lui, mais en a gardé le contrôle. Monfette, Landry, Lab se cherche un rythme. Ils doivent retrouver ce rythme. Ils veulent créer l'égalité. Godard en soutien. On perd des verges. Godard, la bombe. C'est Monfette qui en est la cible. Et Monfette, chaudement défendu par Henry, mais il garde le contrôle de disque. Cherche une option. Trouve Cabot. Cabot attend. Diverge de la zone de pointe. Cabot va du côté bris. Alimente Monfette. Monfette trouve Landry. Et c'est confirmé. Landry qui crée l'égalité. On a un match à 9. Oh, how good is that point for Lab? The pressure was on the dark jerseys and they have well responded to Soup 2 consecutive break point.
Yeah, definitely very, very well responded. The deep look made by Lab to get closer to the end zone. And we talked about those risky pass, maybe not 100%. However, they were able to connect, and it was perfectly put close to that end zone line. And then they found Landry in the end zone to score. So that point was definitely good for Lab. It's something that they needed to maybe recollect a bit of momentum in this game.
So while we are enjoying this game, you can see, I don't know if you can see it on your screen, on the bottom end of the screen. Yes, we can see it just on the track field. Ultimate Canada staff preparing the medal ceremony that will happen in a little over 40 minutes. Once we know who of those two teams, Lab or Soup, will go back home with a gold medal around your neck or a silver medal around your neck. Disc is floating, but it's just out of reach. Quinlan was there. O'Donnell was a target, but it just was too short. Quinlan putting the disc back into play. Finds Arsenault. Arsenault, le Gaspésien. Trouve Tremblay. Jonca. Jonca contourne la marque. Là, il y a eu un contact sur la marque. Faute offensive. C'est Lindquist qui a subi ce contact de Tremblay-Jonca. On n'argumentera pas. Deux joueurs avec un excellent esprit sportif. Le disque flotte. Et c'est, oh là là, un petit vierge qui vient sauver les meubles. Là, il y avait beaucoup de gens. Cadotte, entre autres, était là. Arsenault, maintenant, à la porte des points. Arsenault cherche une option en soutien. Quinlan attaque la ligne. Le disque flotte. Oh là 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 là. Non, c'est Keelan Way là, qui vient. C'était déjà à l'extérieur. C'est Keelan Way qui vient sécuriser le tout. Revirement pour Soup. Très belle longue passe de Keelan Way. Mais oh! Lindquist était là. Il y avait aussi Davis who was there attacking. They were both ahead of their defender, but the disc was even further away, so out of reach. Great pass by Keelan Way, like an almost 70-yard long pass. Petit vierge, Arsenault, Lab. Oh là, un plongeon ici. Oh là là. O'Donnell, voilà. Like 3 layouts in less than 5 seconds. Keelan Way feeding O'Donnell, giving his team a 1-point lead. We are entering the last straight for this game. We are in a 2-digit zone, and Soup is the first one to reach it. It's 10-9 for Soup. After we saw like 3 layouts in like, what, a second and a half? 2 bids and 1 on O, and still Soup went winning of that layout contest.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate for Lab just on that end zone line. Maybe a bit too much force to try to jam it in. And maybe the stall count was a bit higher for Arsenault to try to get in. If they would have had a timeout, maybe that would be something to look at. And then an unfortunate turn by Soup, but able to collect it back. So a few turns, and it fell in result that Soup was able to score. So maybe just a little bit cleaner on our offensive positioning. I think the defense person to person's been throughout very good, both sides, Soup and Lab, very clean. So, yeah.
And it all started out with a turnover on the corners end of Soup's end zone where I think it's Arsenault. He was just stuck. There was no option, no reset, so he had to throw something floating in the wind with a mismatch where Quinlan being way shorter than Keelan Way, and it was out of bounds, and Keelan Way it just all started. You were in the red zone, and Lab was not able to secure that end zone, and they might have been in a great opportunity for a break. Ooh, some contact here. Monfette not calling it. Julie Blais. Alimente Godard. Godard feinte la longue. Elle retient. Trouve Cadovius. C'est un peu contre les 10, mais c'est Landry qui vient sauver les meubles. Oh là là. Ça semble plus laborieux que ça a pu être lors de la première mi-temps. Le Lab là, qui semble avoir les mains un peu moites. Là, c'est plus compliqué de toute évidence. Les 2 points bris de Soupe là, qui est rentré dans le moral de Lab, qui cherche à se ressaisir. Il joue encore extrêmement bien, mais tout semble un peu plus compliqué qu'en première mi-temps. Monfette trouve Godard, confirme le 10e point. Et c'est encore une fois l'égalité, 10-10. On est en deuxième mi-temps avec un peu plus de 35 minutes à faire dans ce match pour la médaille d'or de ce championnat canadien d'Ultimate Division Mix, édition 2019.
Quelle belle patience par Lab. Je pense que c'est vraiment ça parce que c'est 10-10. Il y a un peu de temps qui reste et à la fin, ils ont trouvé quelqu'un dans l'end zone.
Labs, while Lab went in their possession of the disc, everything seems a little shaky in the second half for some reason. While Soup is pretty, they have not been perfect, but they're, the momentum, at least the edge seems to be on the Soup side in the second half, which had they kicked off with 2 break points in a row. In the second half, Soup has scored 3 times while Lab have responded with 2 points. Disc is in the air, it lands just out of bounds, so will be put back into play at the break mark. Chan Lim will put the disc back into play. Vertical stack by Soup with some poachy defense by Lab. Lindquist wanting to attack the long. There was a slight contact that made Lapagnolle tripped. Quick foul call, no contest. Disc is into play. Cadot on the mark versus Chan Lin. Finding way inside. Now it's Davis. Davis looking for a reset. Disc is floating. Prezzo is denying the pass. Prezzo quickly feeding Cadot. Cadot feeding Quinlan. Disc is floating. G versus Quinlan. Oh, Quinlan wins this one. Very tight. A real battle, but Quinlan comes out winning it. Tremblay now. Vertical stack in the end zone. Bolak is there. Oh, it's Cadot. Cadot. That was with a great push pass by Tremblay. Lab was looking for a break point. Here it is, and who has the Caro Cadot to set the tone for this break point. So great defense by Prezzo, ending by a point by Cadot. So it's a 11-10, Lab taking back the lead.
A little bit of a uncharacteristic turnover on this sideline here. I think the handler on Soup didn't have any handlers near her. There was no bail swing. She was kind of trapped on that sideline and just threw it up, and the wind picked it up a bit, and Lab were able to take advantage of the mistake there, which granted them the lead.
So great crowd here in Terry Fox Stadium in Brampton, Ontario. I would say probably a few hundred people, maybe 400 people. Perfect weather, sunny, a slight breeze to enjoy this great ultimate show we had opportunity to attend here in Brampton. So we had the opportunity of offering you 11 games throughout this Mixed Division Championship. Whatever, if it's your first game you're webcasting or your 11th one, thanks for being with us. Having a ton of fun. I'm now with Alicia Racine, but thanks to Brittany DeSantos, which I've shared those webcasts in the first 2 days of this event. Real privilege for me. Kinley G. Oh, that was very, very tightly on. Here's the turnover. Lucy Chow with the disc just out of reach. Quinlan putting it back with the opportunity to take a 2-point lead late in the second half. Quinlan looking for an answer. Tremblay-Jonca, oh, really had to reach out. Bellavance putting a gazillion ton of pressure, finding Landry and confirm. Second break point in a row for Lab, taking an option on this gold medal. They're now ahead by 12-10.
And Lab is starting to make the run that they were missing earlier when Soup had those 2 break points. They were in command a little bit of the momentum here. And now we see Lab really, really forcing on defense, person to person, especially on the mark, forcing a few of the Soup handlers, and they're struggling to get open. Lab is taking advantage of those little mistakes, and like we said, they're taking the lead. It's a 2-point lead.
Et là, Lab là, qui vient de prendre une sérieuse option. C'est pas loin d'être terminé. Il reste plus de 29 minutes encore à jouer. Alors, beaucoup de temps pour Soup se ressaisir. Et autant on a vu les deux équipes là, s'échanger coup pour coup en première mi-temps. Là, on travaille en séquence. Là. Soup qui est sorti en feu de cette... pour attaquer cette deuxième mi-temps. Et là, Lab là, qui a semblé être ébranlé. Et là, ben, le momentum est du côté des chandails noirs, là, des camisoles noires, là, l'équipe montréalaise, qui vient d'inscrire là, 3 points consécutifs. Là, c'était 10-10. On va dire que c'était 10-9 pour Sou. Là, maintenant, c'est 12-10 pour Lab. On rappelle que c'est un match jusqu'à 15. Première équipe à 15 remportera cette médaille d'or au cou. Kinley G, oh, what a great fake. Quinlan biting very, very hard on Kinley G's fake. Pava putting it long. Lindquist is the target, defended by Le Pagnol. What an amazing pass by Pava. Wow, what a great run by Lindquist also, but how long was that pass? Over 60 yards long on the back end, considering the sideways win. What a great pass by number 3, Pava.
Yeah, there you see Pava putting the disc in a perfect position for Lindquist to just run onto it and grab it in the end zone.
Great way to respond by Soup, making this game once again a 1-point game.
Soup's offensive strategy there, they were doing a bit of a flood stack towards our side on the left-hand side of the sideline, just a bit of a different setup, allowing room for that nice, lofty end zone pass that they were able to convert.
So looking at the score sheet, I mean, a ton of players have either made assists or score. I mean, there's no dominant player. I mean, we've seen some dominant handlers, but, you know, the assists and the scores are coming from all over the roster for both of these two teams. So, wow. Even if the game ended right now, we could say we had an amazing show here in this gold medal matchup for the mixed division Canadian Ultimate Championship 2019. Great pass in the space from Riopel to Godard, earning lots of yardage very, very quickly. Landry getting into the red zone. Alors, il y a une faute sur la marque. Landry là, qui est en train de rejoindre, est chaudement défendu par le numéro 13, Daly, Aaron Daly, qui a connu un excellent tournoi. Quelle joueuse cette Daly. peut causer des dommages en défensive et peut vous faire payer le prix aussi en offensive parce que c'est tracé, c'est rapidité. Là. Quel athlète. Landry, feinte dans les airs, cherche un soutien, remet dans l'espace à Godard. Godard qui s'est bien démarqué là-dessus. Godard va attaquer le côté bris, mais il y a beaucoup de trafic. Landry maintenant, on voit que c'est un jeu de passeurs. Là. Il y a 3 joueurs de Lab là, qui se démarquent, tandis que les autres attendent patiemment dans la zone de pointe. On attend l'ouverture, ça flotte. Et c'est intercepté par la numéro 16. Oh, quel lancer audacieux, Brickley Davis. That catch that disc for a D. Soup in their own end zone. Getting some breathing space by inside cut from Lewis. Disc is in the air. Riopel intercepts it. Monfette now. Le long de la ligne. Il est à l'extérieur. Remet disque à l'intérieur. Défendu par Lewis. Monfette cherche une option. Trouve Landry. Quelle belle attrapée de Landry. Là, quelle passe, la passe de Monfette qui était très très basse. Godard dit on en a vu assez. Il faut absolument inscrire ce point. Confirmer notre avance de 2 points tard dans cette deuxième demi. Il appelle sagement un temps d'arrêt. So we've seen a couple of turnover in the last few minutes of play uncharacteristic. So Lab being a little too gutsy with the floating disc that was intercepted by number 16, Berkeley Davis, who was just a great. She was there and she just caught the disc, no chance.
Yeah, there's just a few uncharacteristic turnovers right now for both teams. Regular passes that they are used to making, some in-cuts, that Soup possession there where they lost the disc a little bit. It was a nice in-cut. Unfortunately, maybe the wind had an effect on that play and the disc floated up a bit, as well as Lab wasn't able to convert when they were close to the end zone. The Soup defense was pushing them upfield, which caused them to throw that blady around pass in the end zone that was caught. And there was a turn, so we'll see what the timeout created and see what Lab is going to put out here. And
Ce sera Godard qui remettra le disque en jeu. Une vingtaine de verges de la zone de pointe. Cherche du soutien de Monfette qui lui donne. Belle feinte de Monfette. Feinté à l'arrière pour attaquer devant. Défendu par le très grand Lewis. Oh, le disque est encore très, très audacieux comme passe. Godard attrape le disque. Et c'est confirmé par les observateurs. Là, une passe audacieuse de Monfette. Et c'est Godard là, qui en a gardé le contrôle. Mais oh là là, il y avait 2 chandails blancs qui étaient là qui surveillaient étroitement. So you got to be gutsy sometimes in order to win a championship. And I would say that this last pass by Monfette was a gutsy one to Godard while there was 2 white jerseys in the area. And well read by Godard.
I think the connection that they had, be able to connect on that play, specifically knowing that there's 2 white jerseys on you, to trust that your teammate's going to be able to get up and get that disc. There was really, really good defensive pressure as well. However, Lab was able to convert, and they are able to take up that 2-point lead, and we've now seen that twice. So they are trading points back and forth, but Lab is taking more of an advantage in this half, and well warranted for sure.
Aiming toward a gold medal. Lab 2 points shy of going back with gold in Montreal, while Soup is 4 points away from gold around their neck. Like to thank again all the volunteers who got involved into this 2019 mixed division, mixed master also division championship. All the Ultimate Canada staff, also our sponsors, Cliff Bar and Discraft. Also the City of Brampton, Lindquist fighting for the disc in the air. Lands it with the disc in his hand. Killenway attacking the break side. There was some contact on the mark by Tremblay-Jonca. So what a great battle by Lindquist, defended by Arsenault. These two know one another very well. Way to Lindquist. Lindquist scoobering it to G. And we have a 1-point game again.
And there you saw G with a risky throw, and the thing is Linguist was able to really read the disc. He may have not been in the best position at the beginning because the disc was floating because of the wind, but able to gain that space and own that space and able to get up and grab it, and then take your time during that red zone is very, very important, especially when you're close to the end zone, to really make sure that your passes are going to be 100%, and that is also sometimes difficult with the pressure defense.
Less than 22 minutes remaining. 13, Lab, 12, Soup. Ottawa trailing by 1. Gold medal at stake. Who will be representing Canada next summer in Netherlands for the World Championship in the mixed division? Well, we'll know in a very near future. Thanks for being with us. We see we are averaging a little over 400 people attending live this gold medal game, so we appreciate your time. Hope you're enjoying the game as much as we do. Oh, miscued. Landry passing it into Killenway's hand. Break opportunity for Soup to tie this game to 13. Belle avance with the disc. Lewis, belle avance. Changing the disc. Floaty, Blaney disc to Killenway. And it's been caught and secure. We have a tie game at 13 here in Brampton, Ontario. Break point. Whoa. What an upset by Soup. Lab had 1 point lead. They were in the driver's seat, but still pressure from Soup D and a miscued pass by Landry, making this game a tie one. And what a great reading by Killenway. That disc was not an easy one to catch.
They're never easy when they're coming in on that strong angle, and Killenway was able to just get up and grab that disc. Unreal catch. It's unfortunate that Landry had that turn. Very uncharacteristic for her. She's been part of that handler movement today, and pretty often that she has the disc. So an unfortunate turnover for Lab, and we're back to a tie game. This is a gold medal game. Tie games are not uncharacteristic, and this game has been going back and forth for both teams.
Will this gold medal be decided on a universal point? Well, who knows? In maximum 20 minutes, a team will be cheering while the other one will be going back home with some hardware around the neck, but not the expected one. Godard reprendra au point de brique. Lab qui isole son alignement, sa formation verticale pour isoler Tremblay-Jonca dans l'espace, mais défendu par Lewis. Godard qui trouve Cabot qui était fin seul pendant qu'un joueur de Soupe faisait du maraudage. Monfette à Godard. Godard cherche une option. Feinte. Et Cadovius qui était potentiellement une cible, mais remet en soutien. Le disque est dans les airs. Cabot en garde de contrôle, défendu par Belle Avance. Cabot. Monfette. Tremblay-Jonca vient en soutien. Monfette attaque, contourne sa marque, trouve Cabot, qui doit glisser pour attraper ce disque. En contrôle, 11 verges à la zone de poing. Cabot en soutien à Tremblay-Jonca. Tremblay-Jonca et le Whisk qui bataille pour l'espace. Et là, on voit une formation verticale là, de la part de Lab dans la zone de poing. On tente d'être discipliné. On laisse beaucoup d'espace aux passeurs là, qui tenteront de se rapprocher pour ensuite alimenter un tracé, là, soit du côté bris, soit du côté ouvert. Là. Il y a Cadot, entre autres, qui est là. Turcotte aussi dans la zone de poing. Cadovius. Donc, 3 femmes dans la zone de poing avec pendant que Godard et Tremblay-Jonca et Monfette s'échangent le disque. On joue avec 3 femmes sur le terrain, 4 hommes. On sent qu'il y a quand même une tension là, qui est palpable présentement. Les deux équipes ne veulent pas commettre d'erreur. Lab là, qui vient de se faire briser suite à une erreur non provoquée. qui a été défendu par Keelan Way, mais on lui a tout simplement remis le 10 là, en plein dans le panier. Il n'a eu qu'à l'attraper pour ensuite enchaîner pour un point bris. Donc, Keelan Way qui fait la défensive, un peu malgré lui, mais malgré tout, enchaîne avec de belle façon attraper le lancer en lame là, qui lui a été destiné. On attache le soulier. Pendant qu'il y a eu un appel, là, c'est Cabot.
Belle avance à piler sur son pied par accident. Alors,
ça démontre à quel point la défensive, le joueur pour joueur. Et voilà, en parlant de défensive serrée, là, Cadot qui est victime de la numéro 16, Berkeley Davis qui s'impose. Soup looking for the third consecutive point. Take an option on this gold medal. Belle avance. Pava. Now it's Dearden. Dearden to Davis. With just Deed. Caro Cadot. Lewis. Lewis looking to go down under. Find Way. Puts it in the space. And it's defended by Yana Cabot. But there was some contact. Belavance claims that he was bumped. From our perspective, Cabot seems to be like between Belavance and the disc. So, hard to tell. But the crowd seems to not agree with the foul call.
There was definitely some physical play there. However, it's hard to be able to tell up here, of course, and the observers are going to give us a call in terms of...
No foul. And the crowd seems to agree with the observers. So, once again, good thing the crowd is not observing because ultimate would become very messy. Godard. Aliment de Cabot. Il vient de faire une super défensive sur belle avance. Cabot. Monfette. La pression défensive de Soupe là, qui en met plein les bras à Lab. Godard qui se démarque. Belle passe de Monfette qui a contourné sa marque. Godard, le disque est dans les airs. Et non, c'est hors de portée de Cadovius. Et là, c'est le numéro 25, le Kirsten Dearden qui attaque la zone de fond. Dearden là, qui plusieurs quand même de façon significative plus grande que Cadovius. Là. Un temps d'arrêt de belle avance. Encore une fois, on reconnaît l'importance de ce point là, qui s'étire. Là. Ça doit faire environ 6-7 minutes qu'on a commencé ce point. Alors qu'en début de match, on commentait qu'il s'est inscrit 3 points en moins de 6 minutes. Et là, le point actuel là, qui s'étire, là, on doit peut-être à la 7e ou c'est pas à la 8e minute de ce point. So another marathon point here. So we are tied at 13. Soup in a position to take a serious option on the gold medal. In a position to score a second break point in a row against Lab, who have some kind of momentum but seem to have lose it.
Yeah, there was just a few plays there that was all turnovers and some good long strikes deep that was being looked at. However, it's I think it's the momentum right now is fair for both teams. I think Lab had that momentum a little bit, and Soup had it a bit earlier when they had those 2 breaks. Now it's just equal ground, and we say that because it's a tie game.
And just to add another layer of spice into this gold medal game, the wind is picking it up. You see the flag in the backhand, some gusts of winds here in Brampton. In cut by Davis. She had a great game, finding belle avance. Here again, defended by Cabot. Oh, Davis could not handle this high release pass by belle avance. She might have focused to ensure her feet were inside, but nonetheless, turnover for Lab. Turcotte having to slide to grab that disc, feeding Tremblay-Jonca. alimente Cabot. Cabot cherche une option. Le disque flotte. Tremblay-Jonca et la cible. Lewis le chasse. Tremblay-Jonca attrape le disque en sautant à la zone de pointe. On attend qu'il y a eu un appel. Oh, la belle avance là, qui reproche à Cabot qu'il était à l'extérieur, avait le pied sur la ligne. Là, elle a appelé, il semble avoir appelé le marché après que le disque a été dans les airs. Alors, là, on fait appel à l'observateur, là, Cabot, qui semble vouloir dire à belle avance, ben, il fallait me dire avant que je tente ma passe et non pas après que j'ai tenté ma passe. C'est une zone grise, je crois, dans les règlements. Alicia, what are your thoughts on that? So is that a legitimate travel call once it's called after the disc was thrown? Reaching out to the observers, yes, it was a travel. So no hesitation from the observers. So Cabot will put the disc back into play, making sure his foot is inside the field, not on the line, because line is out.
It was a little bit of a difficult play to call. However, Bellavance experience came into play there. Lab was looking like they had the lead. However, Bellavance's awareness of the positioning of Lab on the sideline becomes a very important call towards the end of this game.
Cabot putting it in the air. Goddard is there. Goddard. Tremblay-Jonca saving the day. Goddard just could not handle this disc, but Tremblay-Jonca just saving this disc, giving his team their 14th point. Only 1 point shy of a gold medal, but it's only 1 point apart also from Soup, which have shown great resiliency in this gold medal game. So Cabot just copy-pasting a long pass on the flick side. Oh là là. Eh bien, c'est pas terminé, hein?
C'est jamais terminé. Jonca avait la patience à regarder vers le disque, puis ça a juste sauté des mains de sa coéquipière. Alors il était là à attraper le disque dans l'end zone. And that's not the first time that's happened today. We've seen that on both teams. Just a quick, it's almost like a pop pass. An indirected pop pass for your teammate. And the agility of the players on the field today is unreal. To be able to just stick with the disc even though it's not caught for the first pass, but the second one.
We just passed the 9-minute mark remaining in this game. Soft cap will be on in a little over 8 minutes. This game will no longer last than 120 minutes, but Lab 1 point away from a gold medal. Sue 2 points away from a gold medal. Kinley G resetting it. G. Oh, Arsenault coming out of nowhere, stealing that disc away, feeding Quinlan. And Arsenault catching the disc for a gold medal. Arsenault qui fait la défensive et qui se garde par la suite pour attraper le point qui donne la victoire à Lab, l'équipe montréalaise qui remporte ce championnat canadien division mix édition 2019 et qui représentera le Canada l'année prochaine aux Pays-Bas pour les championnats du monde. Oh, what a defense by Arsenault. Coming out of nowhere, stealing the disc, feeding Quinlan, and after that, going to close the books on this gold medal game.
You know what? Arsenault has been there all day, all game today. He really wanted that gold medal, and we were coming down to at least 9 minutes left in this game. He was ready and on his feet and in that perfect positioning to just go get the disc and then collect it in the end zone and score. Just an unreal play and way to finish a great fought-out game. I mean, Soup overall played unreal as well. They have a lot of skill and abilities coming in from the Ontario side. And Quebec, the same thing, Quebec City. Just a great performance by both teams here.
Alors, félicitations à Lab là, pour avoir remporté là, ce match. Vraiment, on a été gâtés comme match, comme finale à la division mixte ici à Brampton. Là. Tout un spectacle que ces deux équipes nous ont offert en ce beau dimanche après-midi. Alors, bravo à Soup là, pour avoir livré toute une bataille. Là. Vraiment, ils ont fait douter Lab à plusieurs occasions durant ce match. Lab qui a pas mal survolé le tournoi. Et là, Soup là, qui leur a donné, ils leur en ont mis vraiment tout un défi à surmonter. Et quel spectacle auquel on a eu droit. Alors, Alicia, ça termine notre série de web diffusion de ce championnat canadien Ultimate. So, this is our last appointment today, ending this Canadian Ultimate Championship. So congratulations to Lab for their gold medal. Congratulations to Soup for their silver medal. And congratulations to Battleship for winning the bronze medal earlier today. So thank you very much, Alicia Racine, for sharing this webcast with me, with all the people on the web. Thanks to Ultimate Canada also. A ton of people invested in making this event a successful one. Thanks for Rob Tyson, the head scorekeeper. Thanks to Sebastien, also who handed the camera and the mic all weekend long. So Sebastien didn't know anything about Ultimate prior to coming to Brampton, and now is a huge fan of the game. So thank you, Seb, and thanks to all the volunteers. Thanks to all of you. Take care, and see you in the next appointment for Ultimate Canada. À la prochaine.